Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Bros 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975, and welcome to another Fast Friday. Welcome to another Fast Friday video. Welcome to another Fat Friday video. A series of videos where I take a look at some of the more interesting things you can find to eat in the high street. Now, if you watched last week's video, I swear it's like Pavlov's dogs. The minute I start talking about Fat Fridays, my mouth's gone. Because I'm not starving or anything, I'm just a tad peckish. Anyway, if you've watched last week's video, you know that I very much was interested in doing Harry Ramsden this video, which meant I went back to my own adult playground, Iceland. I love Iceland. Just watch all my videos combined up to this point to know that I love Iceland. Pretty much most of the videos in this series are thanks to Iceland. So, I bought from Iceland, thanks to the new Harry Ramsden range, which you saw at the start of this video in its entirety. Pause if you want to know what they got. But I bought Mushy peas, Maris Piper potatoes, all in the red of Harry Ramsden, and I bought Harry Ramsden's world famous fish and chips, salt and vinegar, 2 jumbo battered cod fillets. So the batter is salt and vinegar flavoured. Don't know why they've got newspaper on that other than to tug at your nostalgic heartstrings, because serving newspaper with chips or serving fish and chips in newsprint is now illegal, though you used to get it when I was a kid. Now they do have I'll try and keep the glare off this. They do have bigger fish than this. So they have it like, it's like that long, seriously. The haddock and or cod. But I went for these ones because they have salt and vinegar flavoured batter. And I'm an absolutely massive whore for anything flavoured salt and vinegar. So those of you outside the United Kingdom or inside the United Kingdom, who is Harry Ramsden? Harry Ramsden was a bloke who lived a very long time ago and started a chain of fish and chip. I really can't talk today. Fish and chip restaurants, I believe, as far back as 1888. And currently, to date, there are 35 in United Kingdom and Ireland, which makes it the largest chain of fish and chip restaurants in the country. Now that's weird to me, because if you ask the average person, British person, you know, or person from the United Kingdom, what is their favourite, you know, fast food, you know, takeaway food to have in this country, they would probably say curry, to be fair. Ask them what their second is, they will probably say fish and chips. Fish and chips is an institution, and it very much is a stereotype of the British people, and for good reason. I always used to have fish and chips, or my parents, when they took us to you know, our UK, you know, holiday-based places like Minehead and Westward Ho, where I got to play all those amazing games I constantly talk about on this channel. We always used to have fish and chips on the Friday evening when we got there as a treat, and because it was the seaside and quite possibly is the law. Harry Ramsden, I believe, is famous more so for his batter. What is in it? I do not know, but apparently it's like crack. I haven't had Harry Ramsden. I've never actually been to a Harry Ramsden's restaurant, but the last time I had their batter was on a frozen fish from a supermarket. I do not know why I'm still holding that, because this is exclusive to Iceland. I'm wondering if their TFI Friday, you know, licensing deal has paid dividends. So Harry Ramsden thought he'd have a pop at that, because the only other time they did license things before was a couple of years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, where Birdseye licensed the name, and they just used their standard frozen fish, and it was in Harry Ramsden batter. But before that, I do remember probably 10 years ago at least, because this is before I had a YouTube channel, that Iceland had a deal with them then, and you could get Harry Ramsden cod. Obviously it's cod, you know, and these are too. And most supermarket frozen fish is you do it in the oven, and you do your chips in your oven. I love oven chips. Now, I know there are people who say air fryers and things like that. I have one, but it makes everything taste of plastic. Before everyone with an air fryer says, well, there's something wrong with your air fryer, there probably is something wrong with my air fryer. That's why I don't use it. And the thing is, you can fry your chips at home. You can. I know. I just realised my camera's on the piss. Apologies for that. But the thing is, it never, ever, ever, and I'm a fan of, oven baked fish, but it never tastes as good as a chip shop fish. So that'll be interesting to see what these taste like, because my friends at work, Sue said she's had the fish and it's absolutely fucking amazing. And James said he's had the chips and they're fantastic. So these are obviously Maris Piper chips, which is the most popular potato in the United Kingdom, and it was originally bred to be resistant to some form of cyst. I can't pronounce the second word, but it's on Wikipedia if you're interested. Look it up. Not particularly happy that I've just said the word cyst during what's essentially going to become my lunch. Anyway, but yeah, the reason fish and chips taste, and I don't care about anyone, oven chips, air fried fish, fried fish, everything like that at home, there's no way it can compete with the chip shop, and that is quite simply because of the fat they use. Everything that is fried in that fat is also fried in the same fat with the flavour, taken from all their dead brethren. So basically every other fish that's gone in there and every other chip that's gone in there is added to the flavour. Obviously they change it at some point because then it's just going to taste like shite, but that's why home stuff doesn't taste as good as your frozen stuff from your supermarkets. So let's have a look. Hopefully these will be different. And obviously people are wondering, why are you eating hot food this week? I don't always eat hot food, and I'm quite up for fish and chips because I bloody love fish and chips. Right, keep frozen. Nope, that's the ingredients. Don't care for the ingredients on this because we don't need to know how hot it is. When it comes to good, honest food, Harry Ramsden certainly knows a thing or two. Today, nearly 100 years since our founding, we are passionate as ever about bringing you delicious food that the whole family will enjoy. My mouth water, just in case you were curious. We've worked hard to adapt our famous recipe for your kitchen so you can enjoy Britain's favourite food, oven baked. I'll call you on that, Harry. I'll call you on that. There's Harry, in case you wondered what he looked like. Obviously, he's dead now. That was a bit cold, Dave, wasn't it? Sorry. Right, let's see what it says for cooking instructions. For best results, cook from frozen. The following instructions are guidelines only. That's so you can't sue them. Ensure that the product is thoroughly cooked. Why am I reading that? Oven cook from frozen. Preheat oven to 200 degrees Celsius, for we cannot for the Fahrenheit. Gas mark 6. Remove required amount from packaging, for there are 2 in here. Oh, that's a long one. Place on a preheated baking tray near middle of oven for 25 to 28 minutes. I'm going to go for 28 minutes. I don't know how much this cost. I threw away the receipt, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say possibly £2. Possibly 2 or no more than £2 for these. How do we cook your frozen chips? Same picture, same blurb. Neither of these smell through the bag, but then you would expect chips not to smell through the bag. Right. Oven cooked from frozen. Preheat oven to 200 degrees Celsius. For I cannot for the Fahrenheit. Right. Where's your time? Preheat oven from so remove from package. Of course, I'm going to remove from packaging. Place on a baking tray. 25 to 20 minutes. Bollocks. They're both going in for half an hour, and I am not gonna flip the fish. Right. 2 chip shop mushy pea pots. What's the pea that mushy peas are? I can't remember. It begins with M. That mushy peas are made out of, because it's not that you crushed peas. It is a certain pea. Is it marrow fat peas? That's a guess. Right, microwave for 3 minutes, because I love mushy peas. The other thing Harry Ramsden licensed out before they did this deal with Iceland is they licensed out their mushy peas to a manufacturer of mushy peas, but I think they're actually available as tins, because you can get mushy peas in the tin aisle anyway. Right, so let's bang all this shit in the oven. For, as usual, I do this in real time. I am really looking forward to this because I haven't had fish flavoured. I don't think I've ever had salt and vinegar flavoured fish. Actually, no, I think I've had salt vinegar flavoured fish fingers. but that was probably 5 years ago. So I'm genuinely looking very much forward to this, and it's fish and chips, and I'm English, and we like fish and chips because it's the law. So yeah, let's go downstairs, bang all this shit in the oven. I don't know why I said that, because you're obviously going to see it anyway, and yeah, wait for it to cook. Right, so there's the battered fish, and I can tell you, oh, my mouth's gone. That really does smell salt and vinegary. I mean, you were bloody cocoa. It does, but that smells really, really strong. And if you know me, you know I like my salt and vinegar to be nuclear and blow your face off. Here we have the mushy peas. Since I will probably have to pierce the lid to cook them, I'll show you what it looks like frozen. Only I can't get into it because I've got salt and vinegar on my fingers. Hang on. Yep, frozen mushy peas don't exactly look enticing. To be fair, they don't look enticing when they're cooked, but I love them. What do they smell like? They smell of nothing. If you've had mushy peas, you'll know that they have a very, very distinct aroma to them. Not saying it's a bad thing, it's a good thing, but it's very distinct. There's my dog. She's coming at the frozen stage, which is a bit interesting because you can't eat frozen food, Buble. Right, and here are the chips. I'm not going to put loads on because I don't actually have very big plates. Oh, look at that. They're proper thick oven chips. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting them to be a little kind of skinnier than that, but they are proper oven chips. I'm quite impressed with that. This is boding well. Ow. Right, a couple more I think. So I am a grown lad, as I like to say. Right, so oven is preheated to 200 degrees Celsius. The fish, probably, obviously, since it's fish, will go on the top. And because you probably can't get food poisoning from potatoes, cysts and all, don't prove me wrong, goes on the bottom. And we got half an hour. I'll shut the door properly next time. So we're going to basically go at 12:25. Good timing for lunch, I feel. Since we're essentially 2 minutes away, then let's bang in the mushy peas. I would use this dial, but it's absolutely fucking useless. Right, that's close enough. Let's get this stuff out. All of this stuff. What does that look like? What does that look like? Mushy peas. Oh, that smells phenomenal. Very distinctive. Like I said, if you don't like mushy peas, then you're not going to like it. Sucks to be you. Right, let's get the fish out. This is what I'm most interested to see. Oh, it's properly crispy. Does it smell? Oh, it still smells very, very salt and vinegary. Good, because that's the whole purpose of this thing. Why do I keep pushing these things in so far? I like living on the edge, that's why. Right. Move this over. Don't want to melt that. See, look, I do eat fruit. Ah, who knew? Oh, this is going to be phenomenal. Right, let's plate this bad boy up, and I'll see you upstairs. Look at that. And obviously, look who showed up. I am really looking forward to this. It smells phenomenal. And, well, you saw the picture. It looks absolutely amazeballs. Obviously, the fish batter is not going to look like it does from a fish and chip shop. It still smells really, really salt and vinegary, which I'm really, really, really excited about, because that's the main reason I bought it. The mushy peas smell fantastic, and the chips are really, really nice and crispy. If you do buy their other ones, whether it's haddock or cod, they are bigger than this. They are bigger than this, but I've heard from a few people that they're actually a little bit too much. And they do look a little bit more kind of chip shop, fishing chip-y. Now, I'd say as always, but this is not my beverage of choice. I can't believe I set my camera up and it's on the piss again. This is Diet Lemonade from Sainsbury's, because I normally get Asbra's Diet Lemonade and their knockoff Lilt drink, which is also diet, because I love them. But you can't get them for cans anymore, for love or money. And I'm not buying them in bottles, because I don't care how quickly you drink them, what old wives' tale you do, whether you put them on the side in the fridge or put one of those stupid pumpy things on it. They lose all their carbonation in like 7 seconds after you've opened them. Although this is a bit concerning. No added sugar. It's a diet drink. I want no sugar, period. Anyway, let's have a look at a chip. First things first. Oh. Fantastic. Normally I get McCain oven chips and you're probably thinking, it's a chip. How good can a chip taste over other chips? I'm assuming, it's Maris Piper's obviously, but I'm assuming because it's Harry Ramsden, they probably haven't done what supermarket own brands do and plunge the depth of cheap potatoes, but these are lovely. Mmm. Really nice and fluffy inside. I did this for half an hour. Obviously I put somebody on this. Really nice and fluffy on the inside and nice and firm and a little bit crispy on the outside. Oh. Good recommendation, James, and yes for you. Palate cleanse. I'm holding it the wrong way though. Right, let's mushy peas. The only mushy peas I've ever had are I forget who makes them. It's bigger, as in B-I-G-G-A, bigger mushy peas, and they are tinned and they're quite nice. Lovely, absolutely lovely. I know mushy peas are acquired taste out there with some, you don't like mushy peas. I'm so sorry. I really do feel for your loss. Fantastic also. Well played there, Harry Ramsden and Iceland. Well played. They are very, very nice. They're better than bigger mushy peas, but I haven't had any other mushy peas, so, but they're amazing. Look at chip in those bad boys. Mmm. Oh, this is fantastic. Right, I'm going to have to cut this. I was hoping I could do it with a fork. I'm going to use my fingers because fuck it, I'm a man. I crushed it a bit, that's on me. Let's try a piece of batter. Oh wow. Wow. That is really salt and vinegary. I know you could say you would hope that because that's how they advertise them, but that is really salt and vinegary. And that's really nice batter. Mmm. Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. It's really crispy. It's really, really salt and vinegary. Again, if you don't like salt and vinegar, I'm sorry for your loss. Mmm. Oh, that's fantastic. Genuinely really surprised. From what I recall, those fish fingers I had years ago weren't that salt vinegary. Right, fish. Really nice. Really light. Not greasy at all, which you kind of get sometimes. I know it's oven baked. It's obviously been deep fat fried at some point, but sometimes I find supermarket fish to be quite greasy. I'm wondering if the price of these reflects, because it is a premium brand, it's not going to break the bank, but it is a premium brand, but I wonder if the price reflects that they've actually, like with the chips are fantastic. Mmm. Lost a bit of its crunch because I caked the salt and vinegar on. First world problems. Mmm. Palate cleanse. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Palate cleanse. Right. Let's have another piece of fish. I'm losing chips like a madman. Let's get a proper piece. It's all falling apart, which I like. That's a good sign. Flaky fish. Awesome. Right. The batter is to die for. Again, you would hope that because Harry Ramsden is famous for its batter. Look at that. The fish is amazing. The fish is really good. It's supermarket frozen fish, but Harry Ramsden, I doff my cap to thee. You've done a good one. And the batter. Oh. I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. That's how strong the salt and vinegar is. I love it. I'm glad I took a break from the hot food this week. This is fantastic. I really, if you like fish and chips, like me, you're a little bit. Nothing touches nothing in the supermarket touches actual fish and chips from a proper chippy. Give this a whirl, particularly the salt and vinegar one. You might be surprised. Obviously, it's not as good, but it's easily the best supermarket frozen fish I've ever had. The mushy peas are amazing. The fish is really nice. So nice that it fell out my mouth. Flaky, nice, not greasy, and the chips. Mmm. We have an absolute winner here. I've enjoyed, everything else I've had in this entire series, but this is absolutely banging. I thoroughly recommend get your ass to Iceland and try their Harry Ramsden range. I didn't do a review of it, but I have tried their battered pork sausage, as I told you last week, which is phenomenal. But this, mushy peas chips, salt vinegar battered fish, get on it, you will not regret it. Obviously you have to like fish and chips first, that's a given. But yeah, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you've tried any of this combination and recommend any of their other Harry Ramsden stuff. My stomach started rumbling now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.